Howdy, everyone. How is everybody doing today? Sorry, I was a couple minutes late. It happens sometimes. Usually I'm pretty punctual, though. All right, who have we got? Chocolala, Choc Gamer, JJ, Renee. How you guys doing today? Thanks for being here. Welcome to another episode. What is this, 40-something, 43? Been doing this for a little while now. I'll give my usual intro, of course. I'm sure you guys know who I am, but in case you don't, in case you are new, my name is Dr. Matt Dorsey. I am the CHOQ, Chief Scientific Officer Formulator. I'm also a doctor of acupuncture and Chinese medicine, an herbalist, and a nutritionist. And yeah, how was everyone's weekend? And did everybody get a chance to watch the keto thing on Friday? I'm curious. Hello, LV. How's it going? Do you guys have any questions for me? Let me know in the chat. Yeah. Renee, if you're looking for a free product, if we do our first prize giveaway here in a second, which we might do, you'll have a pretty good odds of winning. In fact, you know what? Let's just do it right now. Let's do our first giveaway. Why not? What the heck, Renee? Maybe you'll win. Let's see here. And hope your surgery went well and hope you're recovering all right. But yeah, why the heck not? Let's just let's do it right now. Let's do prize number 1 right now. So, reward you guys for starting early here. Okay, 1 minute is on the clock. Everyone give a 2-digit number right now, 1 entry only. And you have just under a minute to get that in. Renee, is this your first time here? Have you won before, or have you been here before? Mr. Rubinsky, welcome. Aloe Film Productions, Jonathan Aswana. Oh, yeah, Mr. R. Oh, it looks like everybody's piling in right now. All right. Got a lot of folks in here all of a sudden. Everybody came in a couple minutes in. All right. And in the meantime, if anyone would like to go ahead and hit that like button on this video, that sure does help us. So that would be most excellent if that's something that you feel called to do. Every single one of those likes and every single subscription certainly does help us build our channel. So yeah. And okay, so that's all the numbers right there. Let's see who wins. Oh, 99 was the number today. So whatever number is highest is the winner. Who has the highest number here? Choc Gamer has 85. Choc Gamer, it looks like. Oh, Mr. R. Dang, Mr. R won again. Mr. R, you hadn't won in a while, so very cool. Mr. R is our reigning champion. Not sure how many times he's won, but I'd say it's probably at least 7 or 8, probably. So, Mr. R, you are the official winner of prize number 1. Sorry, Renee, but certainly, Renee, we wish you the best of luck. And Renee, there are lots of great discount codes that you can use as well. And feel free to make use of any of those. You can get 40% off if you go to the CHOQ website. So yeah, lots of ways to get good good discounts there. And there's a discount code you can use that's on this video right here as well. All right. Well, what do you guys got for me? What kind of questions do you want to ask me today? By the way, did you guys know that we're actually back on Instagram at CHOQ CUP, Chalked Up? That's right. We are officially back on Instagram. So yeah, make sure to hit us up on there at some point if you like. Yeah. We'll have to be slightly more careful with what we post this time around so we can keep the channel. But yes, we do have Instagram once more. So we actually purchased an Instagram account from somebody who already existed and then just switched it over. So that's how we did it. Let's see here. So somebody's asking, Renee is asking about joint health and things like that. Renee, Choc Armor, if you're looking for healthy joint function and healthy inflammation response and immunity and that sort of thing, Choc Armor is going to be your best bet. Choc Armor is pretty fantastic for all of those things. It's got the high absorption quercetin in it. It's got lemon balm. It's got Andrographis paniculata. A lot of people really love turmeric. Andrographis paniculata does have some research on it that is kind of similar to turmeric in terms of how it works for things like healthy joint function and like I mentioned, also healthy inflammation response. So I would check out Choc Armor. You can take up to 6 per day on Choc Armor. 2 is the standard dose, but if you need extra support, you certainly can go hard on the Choc Armor. So that might be a good one to check out. Yeah. Glow 120 seems to like the Choc Armor. That's really cool. Yes, Choc Armor is a great one. Definitely really like that product. And I think it's a little bit on the underrated side because, a lot of our products, they're all about healthy mood and focus and energy and things like that. And Choc Armor, obviously it does have some benefits for that, but, it's not as fun as some of the other ones like a Choc Daily or an Actua 2.0 in terms of its ability to really boost up your mood, focus, all that. It has some stuff for that, but so sometimes it's not as fun, but it's absolutely necessary to have things in your repertoire that do support healthy mood. That do support healthy inflammation response, and of course, immunity is absolutely essential. So, yes. All right. So, recovery rate from working out is insane, and calming effects fantastic on the glow. That's awesome. Very cool. Yeah, nice. Glad you're digging it. And Renee, yeah, flexibility and movement. Yeah, Renee. There's many ways to skin that cat, but if you especially if you really watch your diet and try to eat in a way that is also supporting healthy inflammation response, that could be important. Some things that you can certainly take a look at things that might support that particular area food wise, but obviously fruits and vegetables are going to be some of the most essential things in your diet to support that area. And then some people do believe, of course, that things like gluten and dairy can sometimes not be the best for when you're trying to enhance tissue recovery and things like that. So certainly if that's something that you are having in your diet, then you may want to consider playing around with that and seeing if that helps with your overall wellness there. All right. Hunter says, watch Mr. R win the next 3 in a row again. Yeah. We'll see. But yeah, Mr. R, looks like you are back. Somebody's asking about NAC, Choc Gamer. I can't really, as a policy, I don't ever recommend specific brands of supplements. But if you're buying an NAC and it's just NAC in there and nothing else, it's probably fairly decent. I would look for more well-established brands, though. The kind of brands that you'll see maybe like sold at like a higher-end health food store. Those might be good, but unfortunately, it's kind of against my policy to recommend specific brands for anything. Yeah, let's see. All right, what else you guys got for me? Did you guys get a chance to check out the keto presentation? If not, I'm going to link it to you now. We're going to link it on here now, so that you can maybe have a little look there. Notice we didn't have the most folks tune in for, but that's totally okay. It it was pretty long. It was 2 hours and 6 minutes long, so it's pretty intense. But if you would like to know everything there is to know about keto in terms of understanding why it may be perhaps more controversial and less beneficial than you might think, that is the place to go. Yeah. I have to say I did have a lot of fun on it too. I realized that I couldn't play the Imperial Death March without probably getting a copyright violation. And I have on the graphic there, I have Darth Vader in front of a bunch of bacon. And so I went ahead and actually just played it on guitar, played like a metal guitar version of it. Of course, I just learned it earlier that day, and so I was a bit rusty. All right. throw all your questions at me. What do you got? What do you got for today? Cecily Rhymes with Presley Team 11 says, I got CHOQ package with a few bottles of Shilajit today. My fave. Very cool. Glad you're digging the Shilajit there. This guy is essential. Once you get used to taking Shilajit, you do not want to stop. In fact, you know what? I'm kind of a little bit on the low energy. Take some Shilajit right now. Yeah. All right. What's new, guys? What's happening? What's new in y'all's reality? Anything interesting going on in terms of articles you've read? Do you have any questions about CHOQ products? Anything at all about herbs, nutrients? Lay it on me. Throw it at me. What do you got? Also, is everybody feeling like, I'm just curious, is it like a big thing? Like, it seems like people are like slightly more kind of tired and out of it today. And I don't know if that's just me, if I'm projecting that or what. I mean, I'm pretty much fine, but like just been a little bit like kind of lower energy. I'm wondering if there's like, there was that solar eclipse over the weekend. Who knows what's going on in the collective right now? I'm just curious, just, get a sort of a barometer thing going on here. Do you guys feel off today or you feel good? What's going on? I'm curious. Wonder if it's just me. Yeah. Somebody's asking about cacao. Why is cacao food of the gods? Well, they literally do call it theobroma cacao. Theo means God, So that's just kind of something that happens. But oh, hey, Mohammed, how's it going? So yeah, I mean, why do they call it food of the gods? Well, obviously, the Aztecs were super into it, and yeah. Let's see. Do we have that? Let me see what it says here on our cacao label. Yeah, there we go. Theobroma. See right here. Theos, God, broma, food. So the name literally translates to that. But yes, why do people call it that? Well, there are certainly some legends from some ancient peoples, such as the Aztecs, that do link it to their particular gods, saying that it is divine in nature. Of course, in any culture who really loves a particular plant is going to probably do that in terms of ancient cultures. That's a normal thing. So yeah. I'm watching this in bed instead of my computer today. Okay, Hunter. So Hunter, are you feeling low energy as well then? Are you kind of feeling that? Obviously, Chinese medicine is very acutely aware of the seasons and their effects on us. And we're making that transition into winter, right? And so, it's like summer is peak yang, and then fall is that transition where the yang is going down, we're going more into yin, and then winter is peak yin, right? So there's this downward movement, right? And then with spring, then we start the upward movement, right? Well, a lot of people do get like kind of they get bummed out. Their seasonal stuff happens, SAD, seasonal affective disorder. And that certainly can happen, less sunlight, sunlight, obviously. And in addition to sunlight boosting vitamin D, it does all sorts of things for us. So sometimes we're getting less sunlight. It can be harder to feel as cheery. And certainly the seasons do have a profound impact on our state of consciousness, our physiological state. And it is, I have to say, every time it starts getting, super dark really early, it is always kind of strange, right? It's just like so weird, especially with daylight savings. If you happen to live somewhere where they don't have daylight savings, you're very lucky. Daylight savings is very strange because as soon as the days naturally get shorter, then you have this other thing happen that makes them seem even shorter. And then all of a sudden it's getting dark at like 5 or 6. Let's see. Chocolala says, I just now took all my CHOQ. Good for you, Chocolala. Very cool. Cecily's going to watch The Dark Side of Keto later today. Awesome. Cecily, I need to go back at some point when I have some time and actually put chapters in there. I don't have chapters in there right now. I also need to leave all the scientific references, and I will do that when I have some time this week. So just know that if you come back in a few days, next week at the latest, on The Dark Side of Keto, there will be chapters as well as there will be some proper citations of all the different studies. And guys, check this out. Check this out. So this is the This is a list of all the studies that I actually drew from for my presentation. So again, very intense presentation. I've got like, I don't know, 30 something different studies here. And I literally I printed out every single one of these. In fact, there's a few more. This isn't even all of them. I printed every single one of these out. I ran out of toner. I had to go to Office Depot to get more toner on my laser printer. And yeah, I've got them all even just categorized here according to all sorts of different stuff. Yeah, highlighted. And so, yes, everything I was saying virtually was backed up by scientific research. And I will have, again, all of those references for you guys fairly soon. It will be attached to the video. I'm even going to have all of the actual studies in a single zip file that'll be downloadable if you want to look at the studies yourself. So, yeah. All right. Someone's asking about Kava, Glow 120. Yeah, Kava is interesting. I have to say, I do enjoy the relaxing effects of Kava. It is a little bit of a strange thing, though. Kava, I have noticed actually has a paradoxical effect where even though it is it's relaxing, it can actually keep people awake sometimes. I've actually had times where I went to the Kava bar, had some Kava, and then I tried to go to sleep and actually had a really hard time sleeping. And it's happened a bunch of times. So yeah, it's a bit of a strange beast. Of course, there's the taste, which is a highly acquired taste, you know. But yeah, Kava is excellent for relaxing the nervous system. There was some stuff about it possibly causing liver damage that came out a while ago. However, some of that research they were studying groups of people, like certain indigenous people who also used a lot of alcohol. So it's kind of debatable whether or not that was high quality information. So yeah, I don't know. All right, let's see what else. Best CHOQ products for fruit vegetable for liver bladder detox. Mohammed, for liver to support healthy liver function and detoxification, the number one is going to be Apex glutathione. And again, of course, it is not out right now. Look for this to be back out in a couple months when we finally get the reformulated version out on the market. But yeah, this guy is pretty awesome. And that is the one to go for. As far as helping healthy detox, the Shilajit by itself. And then, of course, CHOQ Daily has Shilajit in it. Also helpful for detox. Shilajit does contain fulvic acid. Fulvic acid can support glutathione synthesis. And then also, I believe Armor, one could argue that some of the ingredients in Armor do support healthy detox as well. Yeah. Jonathan says in tropical places, we don't have that season transition. Yeah, it's very different for you guys. Jonathan, where are you guys located? I'm curious. Yeah. All right. What else we got here? What else are you guys curious about? Let's see if there's any interesting articles on Green Med Info. You guys ever go to Green Med Info with Sayer G? Really cool. Let's see if there's any infos that I can actually talk about. Any articles that I can actually talk about. All these articles talking about Fauci and all the stuff that I can't talk about on YouTube, unfortunately. Oh, here's an article on holy basil. That's cool. What else we got? Documents show Bill Gates has given $319 million to media outlets. Wow. Boy, that Bill Gates, man, he sure does put a lot of money into a lot of things. Tell you what. Oh boy, man, what a crazy time to be alive, right, guys? But yeah, holy basil is great. We don't have holy basil in any CHOQ products, but I certainly would expect one to have it at some point. I do love holy basil. It is revered in India. And it's considered a holy plant, obviously. It's called holy basil. And they do use it to help to open the third eye before meditation. Holy basil is great. What else we got here? Shiitake mushrooms are beneficial. Yes, they sure are. Yeah. Well, if you guys don't ever check out Green Med Info, I definitely highly recommend them. Sayer G, unfortunately, he has been labeled as one of the disinformation dozen. He's the guy who runs Green Med Info. And so they've been kicked off of pretty much all social media as far as I know. It's pretty crazy. but definitely go support those guys. I did reach out to them earlier and would like to do some kind of collaboration with them at some point if possible. So that'd be really cool if we could do that. Aloe, I cannot answer your question legally, unfortunately, because of the way that it is worded. It involves disease terminology, which I am not allowed to address. So I apologize for not answering your question. Just wanted to let you know that is how the law works. Let's see what else we got here. Hey, are you guys checking out the CHOQ stacks? Any of that going on? Anybody on the male or female ultra stack? Yeah. Just FYI, we do have these cool stacks now. Just thought I would let y'all know, just in case for anybody who doesn't know, we have these cool pre-made stacks. We're going to have more stacks in the future. Right now, we've got these 4. And I have to say they're pretty awesome. Yeah, particularly proud of the Ultra stacks. They're 6 products each. Very, very potent. You can, of course, create your own custom stack, but the pre-made stacks are, predetermined already in terms of they've been built to get results. Yes. Someone's asking about trace minerals and Podark OT. Oh, you're talking to somebody else, Cecily. Gotcha. Okay, no problem. So Mohammed says, would you suggest taking the CHOQ Male Ultra Stack all at once or each product at intervals for best results? Mohammed, yeah, no, I mean, the idea is you just take each one daily. Certainly, you can always take a couple days off a month if you like to. Some people do like to take 2 to 4 days off per month. That's perfectly fine to do that. But yeah, the idea is to take all of them together. Yeah. And the Ultra Stack does come with a 200 milligram per day dose of a suggested dose of the Tomcat 100, because it's going to have 2 30 count bottles per month. And Tomcat is one of those ones that does have a pretty broad dose window. 100 to 400 per day is the dose on this one. So because it was the Ultra Stack, we decided to give you enough so that you can take 200 milligrams per day. But yeah, the idea is just take them all daily. And yeah, if you'd like to, of course, you can take 1 or 2 days off a month. Yeah. Let's see here. So somebody's asking about magnesium oil spray, and yes, magnesium oil spray, it can be great. I personally, if you're only going to do one form of magnesium, internal versus external, I still really prefer internal personally, because it's a more consistent way of getting it. It's hard to know how much of that external like lotion is actually getting into your skin, but it can be a great way to, especially if you have maybe some tension in your shoulders or whatever, and you want to apply the magnesium directly to your shoulders, that's a great way to do it. But for getting magnesium into the body in a consistent way, with consistent dosing and all that, and knowing how much is getting in, I still do prefer magnesium internally. But if you're going to do both, that's awesome. And obviously the advantage of doing a magnesium oil or magnesium spray is just that, if you do have muscle tension, you can apply it directly to the area with the tension, and it can have that natural relaxing effect right there. So that is really nice. But yeah, magnesium, as far as forms of magnesium, I really like the magnesium taurate, Taurate. Yeah, magnesium taurate. That stuff is fantastic. You can find it in a bunch of different forms, but magnesium taurate's great because taurine actually has some of its own properties for protecting the brain, protecting the liver, enhancing relaxation, things like that. Supports GABA. So magnesium taurate's great. Yeah. And let's see here. Why are some people morning people while others think clear in the evening? Mr. Babinski, that is an interesting question. And you know what? I honestly have never been a morning person. I'm more of a night person. I always have been my entire life. When I've had jobs or school where I had to get up really early, I managed to do it, but it was not my favorite. And, it is hard to say. Sometimes people who are really creative, who like to, do different kinds of art, play music, write, whatever, tend to be more night owls, because it's almost like there's that idea that, they call it the witching hour or whatever you want to call it, right? Where it's like late at night where you get some of your best inspiration. So yeah, it is hard to say though, but on a scientific level, why some people are morning people versus night owls, I honestly have no idea. If you have any cool research on that, definitely let me know in the comments if you'd like to share anything. But as far as if we have any idea of why that is, I really don't know. Not something I've really looked into, to be frank, though. So perhaps there is research out there, and I just haven't found it because I haven't really actively looked for it. But sometimes it does seem to be a constitutional thing. Obviously, you can change it, though. Like, so if you had a job where you had to get up at 6 a.m. every day or 4 a.m. or something, there are ways to adjust your circadian rhythm and to get into that room where you are getting up a lot earlier. But probably still you might still have a preference, right? Where if it was up to you, you'd still prefer, for whatever reason, to not have to get up that early. So, but yeah, that's an interesting question for sure. Glow 120 says, I've been able to lift with more Tomcat. Very cool. So Glow 120, are you taking one of these a day or are you taking two? I'm just curious what kind of dose you're taking, Glow. But yeah, Tomcat's really awesome. Yeah. Big fan of the Tomcat. And there are, that's again why we put the 200 per day in that Vitality Stack for Male Vitality Stack Ultra. Give you a little bit more. Glow 120 is also asking about the best type of zinc. So Glow 120, I would say that so the best case scenario is to take the liquid zinc sulfate. It's going to give you great absorption. It works really well. The problem with it is that it's really nasty tasting. It's not for the faint of heart. I've actually had some clients who I recommended it to literally vomit after taking it. It's rough on the stomach and it tastes horrible. So yeah, your mileage may vary. Even I'm pretty hardcore, and even I don't like to take the liquid zinc sulfate all the time. It can be pretty intense, but yeah, that is great. So if you don't mind that part, if you have an iron stomach and you don't care about the taste of things, liquid zinc sulfate is great. If you're taking it in a tablet or a capsule form, there are a bunch of ones that are all pretty good. Zinc picolinate is fine. Zinc glycinate is good. Zinc, let's see, what's another one? Zinc orotate is fine as well. Any of those are probably pretty good. Zinc gluconate, I think, is even probably okay. And it's hard to find really solid bioavailability research on some of these minerals. What we do know for sure is that zinc oxide does not absorb well at all. That is a very poorly absorbed form. And so that is definitely, zinc oxide is one to avoid. Other minerals to avoid that are not very absorbable include your calcium carbonate. That is a junky form. And also magnesium oxide is a really junky form as well. Those are all on the no list for sure. Yeah. Jakalala. So basically the idea is, wherever you have somewhere where you need to support relaxation, muscular wise, you just spray the magnesium in that area and then you can massage it in, basically. That's the basic idea. Yeah. And magnesium, I don't know if you all know, but calcium and magnesium have opposite effects when you take them in terms of how they affect the muscles. So you need calcium. Your body uses calcium to induce muscle contraction, and it uses magnesium to induce muscle relaxation, right? So they are kind of opposite. It is much more common for people to be low in magnesium than calcium, I believe. And therefore, you want to have a nice balance of the two. It's also one of the reasons that supplementing calcium without magnesium is not always recommended. Theoretically, if you're low in magnesium and then you take a bunch of calcium, because they have that opposite effect, then you can kind of push yourself toward imbalance. So getting, for people who are taking calcium, it is pretty important to take magnesium with it by some accounts. And I think that's probably likely. Yeah. Mr. R says daily is the best thing in the world since sliced bread. Mr. R, glad you like the daily. That's awesome. Glow, you're taking the Tomcat and the daily. Awesome. Yeah. Great combo. This stuff is wonderful. So yeah, glad you guys are digging it. Yeah. All right. What else you guys got for me? What's everybody into? What's new? See if there's anything else interesting here on Green Med Info. Oh, vitamin C, by the way, if you're interested in bone health, that's another one. A lot of people think that calcium is the only thing for bones. That's kind of an outdated model. There's a lot of other things you need for bone health. Vitamin D, vitamin K, preferably is vitamin K2. Magnesium actually activates bone synthesizing pathways, something called, what's it called? Matrix GLA protein. Wow. Can't remember. I can't believe I remembered that. And then also another outside the box one is vitamin C. Vitamin C, very important for bone health. Now, why is that? Well, a significant portion of your bones is actually collagen. Your bone is partially made of collagen, and it's what gives bone just enough elasticity where it's not too brittle. Bones have a little bit of a flex to them, and just a slight amount of flex, and that is important. And vitamin C has a pretty profound effect on collagen synthesis. So that's just also something to know. So if you want to maintain, if you want to promote bone health, vitamin C is another good way to go. Vitamin C is just so amazing, though. I mean, I like to take a pretty good amount of it. I usually take about 2 grams a day of vitamin C personally. I mean, what doesn't vitamin C do? If you're familiar with Linus Pauling's work, orthomolecular medicine, that's definitely one to some information to check out. There's also this guy. What is his name? He has this website in this book called Doctor Yourself. Andrew Saul. You guys ever heard of Andrew Saul? Let me just show you guys his website here. I feel good promoting his stuff. I've learned this guy's been doing it for forever. He's been in the vitamin world for a very long time, talking about how to support your health naturally using vitamins. Very knowledgeable guy. And if you want to learn more about vitamin C, megadose type stuff, and also just how to use vitamins in a scientific way to enhance your vitality, this guy is great. Let's see if I can find his website. Oh, weird. I hope it didn't disappear. Having trouble finding it somehow. Let's see. Here we go. Yeah. So here's his website right here. Andrew Saul, the Mega Vitamin Man is what they call him, but he's cool. Yeah. Let's see. Bruce Lee would regret not taking today's daily. Nice. Telagio says, "Hi, Dr. Matt. It's my first live stream." Well, welcome, Telagio. Not sure if I pronounced your name correctly, so apologize if I didn't, but welcome. Glad you're here. Choc Gamer says, "I heard vitamin D is also very good for you." Yeah, vitamin D is a really important one. Technically, vitamin D, we did get it totally wrong in terms of naming it because it's not actually a vitamin at all. It's actually a steroid hormone. Vitamins are not made in your body typically. A vitamin, by definition, has to be made outside the body and is required to be taken as a nutrient through food. And vitamin D is not that. It is made by the body. But because a lot of us do not get adequate sunlight, and for also other very complex reasons that involving pathogens that can affect vitamin D pathways, vitamin D is actually, a lot of people are low in it. And so supplementation is not a bad idea for a lot of folks. But yes, vitamin D activates thousands and thousands of different genes. It's essential for immunity, obviously, for bone health, but it does so much. It's just crazy. All the systems that vitamin D tends to affect. So, yeah. JJ says, Linus Pauling was amazing. What type of seed do you recommend? So there is a kind, and this isn't technically a brand. It's a branded ingredient. It's called ester C. There are various different brands that do sell ester C. I do like ester C because it is gentle on the stomach. It's also a buffered form, and they are using calcium to buffer it. So just having a little bit of calcium in there helps make it pH neutral, so it's not going to be as rough on the stomach, especially if you want to take slightly higher doses. But it is also a source of vitamin C. So ester C is good. There are various different brands that sell ester C. Again, ester C is not a specific brand. It's a branded form of vitamin C that other supplements companies tend to use. But yeah, ester C is a good one. That is one I recommend. You can also go with a liposomal C. There are various brands out there of liposomal C. It will be more expensive, but that's certainly one way to go. Liposomal C, by different accounts, will get somewhere between 2 and 3 times the level of absorption of a regular vitamin C. So you don't need to take as much of it. So taking 1,000 liposomal C would be like taking, let's say, maybe 2,000 to 3,000 of regular C in terms of how much is getting in your blood, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's not exact, but yeah. Can you do a special episode where you show us what's in your fridge? Maybe we could. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll do a cooking episode. Well, I'll show you how to make a certain kind of dish or something. All right. Is cacao extract daily formula using the heirloom cacao beans on CHOQ's website? No, it's not using those exact heirloom beans. No, it's not. Let's see what else we got here. So yeah, let's see what else is going on. I might actually jet here pretty soon, guys. So if you have any questions, get them in real quick, and we will do prize number 2 in just a moment here. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time, 5:00 p.m. So stay tuned for that. If you don't win today and you want to give it a shot tomorrow, we'll be back here same time tomorrow. Of course, the new tradition is we're doing an extra long, fun one on Fridays. Friday is going to be sort of like, always going to be double prize day. So that's another good time to tune in as well. Let's see here. What else we got here? Yeah. It's so, censorship is such a funny thing, guys. Like, one of the reasons that I love our CHOQ people, CHOQ Nation, is because for the most part, you guys really get it. You can see what's happening right now, all the craziness that's happening on the planet. By all means, it seems like, by all measures, it seems like most of y'all are very oriented toward freedom and freedom of expression, all that sort of thing. So it's kind of nice to be among a lot of like-minded folks. I wish I could talk about some of these more controversial topics more. Perhaps if I do more on our Telegram channel, then it could be a little bit more, uncensored there. But yeah, it's so fascinating, and it's tough to sometimes maintain your calm when you see such weird stuff going on. It's challenging because it can make you certainly pretty angry when you look at some of the things that are happening with civil liberties, things like that. So I do for sure think that it's a good idea to, if you can, as the world continues to get crazier, do what you can to continue to do things that are good for your mental health, meditation, get out in nature, all that stuff. And I'm saying this in part to remind myself too, because as the weather cools off, it gets harder and harder to get outside. It's not as nice outside. There's not as much sun. Yeah, I personally, I haven't really been meditating that much recently, unless you count playing music, things like that, which is a form of meditation. But I really do think that, I do think that it's probably a great idea for me to do some more meditation. And Deani says, do a live on Telegram to talk about the V. I might just do that, guys. I might do an uncensored Telegram sometime soon, so we can just go over a bunch of crazy stuff. So maybe that will happen. Yeah, maybe we'll do a poll on our Telegram and see how many people are interested in that. How about that? So yeah, all right. I'll make a note to do that. We'll have a poll on our Telegram. We'll say, hey, if the CHOQTOR was going to do an uncensored live on here, what would you tune in? I'm guessing probably a lot of people probably would. Yeah, so we shall see. All right. And on that note, I think it is time for prize number 2. So I'm starting the timer now. You have 1 minute to get your 2-digit number in. And for our new people, what you do right now is you just in the chat type in a 2-digit number, and whoever is closest to the randomly generated number will win prize number 2. Prize number 2 is, of course, it is a bag of cacao beans and a CHOQ t-shirt. And you have 36 seconds left. Thank you guys for all the likes. I did see that a lot of y'all hit the like button on here. I see 17 likes so far, so that's pretty awesome. Do appreciate that. That is always excellent. And of course, as a reminder, if you do want to check out our Instagram, it is at CHOQTUP. So I'll just type it in one more time, at CHOQTUP. That is our new Instagram. and we are posting there on a regular basis. So definitely check that out. Obviously, the information we're posting on Instagram is a little bit less controversial than what's on our Telegram, right? But we are still posting good information on there on a regular basis. And that is 60 seconds. So let's see. The number is 22. We had two double-digit numbers that are the same digit in a row, 99 and 22. That's kind of cool. Who is close to 22? Let's see here. So Sergio, no. Andy has 14, which is 8 away from 22. JJ has 29, which is 9 away from 22. So I believe, JJ, are you the winner? JJ is 7 away with 29. So let's see. Oh, Cecily, I'm sorry. Your name is so long, I didn't even see the number. You got it around the nose. Sorry about that. When I was scrolling down, your name is just super long, so the number was all the way off to the right, and I just totally missed it. So yes, Cecily, you won prize number 2 with 22. You got it right on the nose. So Cecily, you are the winner of prize number 2, and once again, that is going to be a bag of cacao beans and a shirt. So pick the style of shirt you would like, and then email CHOQ@CHOQ.com to get your prize. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to head out. By the way, they will ask you to verify your YouTube username. I do send them right now. I'm sending them the YouTube usernames each time someone wins, and they will ask you to verify your YouTube username. So just make sure that you do verify that. Yes. All right. Well, I did start to, nope, can't read what that says. Worry my prize. Oh, yeah, sorry I missed your number for a second there, Cecily, but congratulations. I'll be back here again tomorrow at 5 o'clock Central, same time. I will see you guys then. And until then, much love. Thanks for being here, and stay human.